here we've got a real good matchup. This is going to be Not Today versus Shazam. I'm Zyori, he's Sir Action Slacks, and we've got Lurka on stats. Slacks, what's the good word coming into game 2, my man?
10 seconds remaining.
That's what I'm talking about. I like this energy, Slacks. I like this out of you. This is a change of pace. You're usually so docile.
Reserve time.
Yeah. Hmm. Everybody likes a good wizard here and there. Slacks, Brax, MSS, TC, SVG, and Jason, the official lineup for Shazam. All of them in form. And for Not Today, well, they've got a stand-in. Good old XD. I wonder who that is, Slacks. Did you do your research tonight? Good. Well, if Grant were here, he would know who that is. But I have no fuck. Who the hell? It could be anybody, man. It could be. It's one of their friends. So Jericho, yeah, that's true. And Ben Yaz for the layman's. I recognize those names. Leo Style and King Tekka, not so much. So we'll see what the big boys have in store for us here on the Radiant side. The South American boys versus the North American boys. I think suffice it to say, Shazam, the favorites, come into this big squared up matchup of a showdown.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Yep. Well, at least they banned out the Doom. We saw last game, Doom first picked. He was hot to trot. The Alchemist makes it through here, and Not Today. They take a page out of the Chinese playbook. Slacks first pick Lion. Woo! You say crowd control Batman? Hey now, it's better than first pick Winter Wyvern.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Oh yeah, watch out for that second pick Terrorblade now. What are you talking about, sir? My God. Hey, it's great against the Alchemist. Crowd controls, burst damage. All right, they pick Enchantress into Lion. Bold, very bold. I would say Lion, one of the better supports to deal with the Dryad, but still a good all-around pick.
Seconds remaining.
Ooh.
5 seconds remaining.
Boy, is it stinky. She doesn't like it. She really doesn't. Whoa!
Radiant team.
Darkseer. All right, great pick here. Good team fighter, of course. A lot of magical damage, but, you know, this makes Not Today have to think twice a little bit about who they want to put in the safe lane. Were you thinking about a Spectre pickup, perhaps? Well, you might want to think twice about that one. Ion Shell is going to make that difficult. Yeah.
Radiant team back.
In before, it's an off-lane invoker. I'm calling it now. That's something that Not Today would be crazy enough to try here, Slacks. You know, I just want to pull a little aside here. I got one piece of feedback from that first game that you and I cast together, and it was a simple tweet from an angry individual who said, "For the love of God, can you pronounce Slardar properly?" And that was the only thing, the only complaint or praise we got for that cast was shitting on Slardar. So that's I'm gonna call that one a victory in the playbook, buddy. High fives.
Reserve time.
Woo, what a great Wednesday it's proven to be. Yeah, me too. It should be good. I mean, Shazam looked pretty good in the qualifiers. They just barely fell short. But I agree. I think Brax He was in that last game that I watched. That was a tough one for Brax. He was playing the Tide Hunter, I think, and that was where he just couldn't really do much. I think he ravaged once in a 30-minute game. That was really hard to watch, honestly.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah. All right.
Reserve time.
Yeah, no, Lion's great. I mean, we've talked about it. He's the full kit. You know, Blink Hex is good at every stage of the game. Now, the next round of bans are making some sense here, Slacks. Bounty Hunter and the dreaded Bat Rider banned out by Shazam. Not today, banning out the Fairy Dragon Puck. And Dragon Knight, that tanky-ass bastard that usually likes to sit in the mid lane. I'm curious what Shazam want to do here. They need some stunners. Probably want to grab their second support at this point. Maybe a Rubik? This could be a nice Rubik game, Slacks. Oh, they take Witch Doctor instead. Okay.
Team pick. 10 seconds remaining.
That's true. Now they've got a lot of healing, Slacks. No doubt some synergy there. Those little wisp babies that follow around Enchantress with Voodoo Restoration. Probably a mechanism coming out on the Dark Seer. They're going to have a lot of sustainability in that mid game. I like it. Shazam! Damn! Ooh. Their last pick. Well, we're still on their third pick here. Their last pick, I think Gyrocopter. They're going to last pick Gyrocopter. Are you ready for it? I'm calling. They're going to deny pick it because Shazam are going to have the perfect team fight for it, but not today. You know, they've got the first 5th pick, so they're going to go with the deny pick Gyro to round out their team fight. But time will tell. Third pick next. I mean, there are a lot of options here. They've got to be considering the Alchemist. We saw it first banned in the last game. They're thinking about it, but they're wondering, do we really want to play that style, or do we want to play something like a Wisp? Okay. So Wisp Sven, maybe? Wisp Ursa, Wisp Tiny. A lot of combos here, Slacks. This is bold.
Seconds remaining.
Yeah. I mean, Wisp Gyro is still a possibility here. Okay. That's really bold from Not Today. Now, Shazam, depends what they wanted to do with this Enchantress, but it seems like she has to be in the 4 now. Hard support Witch Doctor on the 5, Dark Seer in the off lane, so they can't really pick that classic Disruptor counter, though Witch Doctor is already a pretty good support to have against the Wisp. That Coconut bouncing around the tethered units is not too shabby. A Silence could be good, but they take the Spectre for themselves. Shazam! All right, they're ready for this late game, buddy. They want to square up with whatever they pair with the Wisp.
Seconds remaining.
Ooh,
5 seconds remaining.
will she survive the Proctologist? That is a tough question. It's going to be rocky. I think it kind of depends what Not Today puts in the off lane. I mean, obviously Dark Seer matches up well against the Spectre. What kind of another offlaner could they grab to put some pressure on? Oh, they picked Lifestealer. Okay, well. There are so many great picks that you could pair with the Wisp. You've got Sven. You could go with a Slark. You know, I don't want to even say Gyrocopter, but Gyrocopter. Like, there's all these other great I mean, even Tiny, like Ursa. Lifestealer, I think, I mean, he's not a bad hero, but he's so much better in those, like, Infest Bomb style kind of, let's pair him with a Puck. Let's pair him with a Dragonite who wants to blink in there. Wisp isn't really that same. I think you can get a little more out of like a Sven or somebody that really uses that mana and brings another disable to the table. You know, that's part of the power of Wisp. You can overcharge people and pump them up.
10 seconds remaining.
All right, so you think it's more of kind of like an off-lane life stealer / jungle, sack the off-lane, take a safe laner with your 5th pick here. That would be crazy, Slacks. They might do it. They might do it. Whoa! Okay, not the angle that we were thinking. All right, well. So it's a safe lane life stealer, off lane Timbersaw with the Invoker mid. It's an okay Timbersaw game. Great burst damage against the Enchantress, right? We talked about that. Great to have against the Spectre. Suck away some of those stats. Low Whirling Death. Shazam wanted to grab a melee hero now. They're pretty deterred from it. Question is, what is the final pick for Shazam? I think a puck would have been great here. Smart ban from Not Today. They might go with the Queen of Pain. Maybe they need something with a little more control. Who's a good stunner here, Slacks? Yeesh. Into the Timbersaw, though? I don't know.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Queen.
It's the Queen of Pain. There you go. I half called it, yeah. No, Z-God. Just regular old Zyori tonight, guys. Well, I think it's a good pick. They are definitely light on stuns, though. I mean, you've got Cask, and that's about it. But if you could get a Cask Vacuum into Sonic Wave, a little bit of that Spectre Radiance burn on top of it. I hope you brought the antibiotics, Slacks, because boy, does it burn. Oh, Timbersaw. What do you think about Timbersaw, Slacks? We don't see him so much in this meta, and he doesn't have any cosmetics. Boss, dude, what is this? There's... You ever played Timber, bruh? Come on, he's got some cool cosmetics. You don't even have that Ice 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 set? Hey, have some respect. God damn, I mean, look at Brax, dude. He's got mythical items. He's got an infused harness of the Forgotten.
30 seconds.
He's tricked out. He's gonna win this lane. More particles. That's where it's at. So I don't know. I think this Shazam draft can execute. I think Spectre is definitely going to give them a run for their money. I'm not sold on the Lifestealer pick. You heard my knee-jerk reaction when they picked it up. I'm going to stick by my guns here, Slacks. I mean, Shazam are the favorites, but the Lifestealer is going to be hard to execute with here.
The battle begins.
Whoa! All right, he levels up Timber Pain. Not a bad thing to have at level 1, but they know he didn't put that first point in reactive armor, so now SVG can kind of go ham on the harassment. Still worth it, though. That's nice. Double bounty for Not Today, the dream to start off this match. Invoker picking up the other. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no, SVG. Going in. One more auto attack. He's got it. No. There's going to be a barbecue tonight, boys. Pork is on the menu. Probably bacon. Definitely not pork chops. I hate pork chops. Everyone says, oh, just wait till you try more pork chops. A good pork chop is moist, not dry. Every single fucking pork chop I've ever had has been dry. It's a dry, white, shitty meat. Give me a piece of cow. Sorry, I'm passionate about pork chops. Anyway, yep, this mid lane going well for Quap, though. Looks like MSS, your boy, living up to the hype here. He is dominating. 6-2 compared to the 3-0 Invoker right now. Leo style. Going Quas Wex here, Slacks. Struggling a little bit in the mid lane. Here we go. What do we got? We've got a record holder here. A Canada Cup celebrity, Leo style. Look out. So he knows how to play Quap quite well. I think that's the takeaway from that one, Slacks. Oh. This is annoying, though. The tornado does so much damage, Slacks. Once you get a position like this, it doesn't push the lane, but Invoker's got to run away. The Wisp buddy's going to come tether up, give him a little bit of heals there. What is Wisp up to in the jungle? Is he working on some stacks? Nope, doesn't look like it, actually. No stacks. Yeah, he is. Uh-oh. Oh, the Hadouken, it connects. SVG gets the surge, one more. He's got the fairy fire. And Lion survives the onslaught, but ooh, is it a close one? Man, look at these last hits here, Slacks. The Dyer's really starting to pull ahead. Spectre and Quap topping the charts. Everyone else except the Lifestealer starting to fall a bit behind. We'll see a rotation down bottom. Jericho has his bottle. He's still level 1 on the Wisp. It's a slow start for the Energy Ball, but don't worry. Still recover. Uh-oh, yeah, this is getting rocky. Another Hadouken comes in, connects on the Lion. That thing does a hell of a lot of damage in these early levels. That's 160 magical damage flying your way. This squishy little Lion's only got 540. Out of mana this time, though, and old Satyr's going to meet the unfortunate demise. Look how beefy that thing is, though. It's just absorbing tower shots like it ain't no thing. Timbersault's getting fucked on. He's 0-0. He doesn't have a single last hit yet. He's actually in Strug City. It's bad news. Uh-oh. Speaking of close calls, Lion down bottom gets kind of low. Oh, Brax, though. Wait, mid lane, are we going to see a rotation? The Elk's on her way in. Cold Snap, another Hadouken. This thing's doing big-time damage. Fairy Fire comes out. The dagger might have enough damage here. Leo style. He's trying to eat through the trees. Come on, Satyr. You can get him. He misses the Hadouken. He's too slow. He gives him the club, and the first blood is drawn. It's MSS with the damage over time from the Shadow Strike. He's happy he went that 2-1-2 for the extra damage because it yields that first blood bonus gold. Nice setup from Shazam despite the missed Hadouken from the Enchantress. Yep. I mean, he's got nothing else to do. He can't do any damage. He can't kill neutrals. So might as well just play drop the mango. Uh-oh. It's good stuff for the Wisp. I'm level 3 almost. I mean, it's still going damn well for Shazam here, Slacks. 3K net worth lead at 5 minutes, 1,500 experience, and it's 1-to-1 in hero kills. So that means they are farming so much better in these lanes. And Lifestealer, the only one that has decent CS. He's got his phase boots. Hopefully he goes for something other than a Midas. Swear to God, if we see a Midas first item, we're going to have some problems here. But up top, SVG, it's a smoke. In rotation around the backside, Timbersaw has the Timber Chain, but oh, the Coconut right into a Hadouken. It's a massacre. And the last hit list, Timbersaw now loses his life. That'll be the first number on his scoreboard, 1 death. Yeah, it's true. Yep. Yeah, I mean, he's got boots. They force him to buy a TP. I suppose that's something. Yeah. I mean, Lifestealer is definitely one of the better safe laners to deal with the Ion Shell harassment, but mid lane here, Cold Snap onto MSS, SVG nearby, he's got a whole army. The Tornado connects with Jericho, getting low. This poor Wisp has no armor, now no HP. MSS blinks away on a sliver of health, will survive to tell the tale as Leo style heads back to mid. He gets a little greedy here, though, continues farming. There are 3 enemies nearby. SVG with an ensnare available in a few seconds here. Couldn't quite get the setup, and Invoker will live, but there you go. Another one on the board for Shazam. Poor Wisp gets popped. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Woo! Sonic Wave, baby. She hits that decibel, ruptures the brains of the Invoker. 4-1. Shazam continues their reign of dominance. Oh, man. Yes. Ecstasy. Well done, buddy. Here we go. It's a 3-hero push of the mid. They've got the heals from the Witch Doctor, the skeletons from the undead troll guy. Here we go. Looks like Not Today want to defend. Hey, man, those guys do some damage. 24 apiece. Uh-oh. Oh, this cask. Holy Toledo. It bounces across all the heroes. Jericho trying to do some fancy footwork in the trees. But oh, wait, Wisp ain't got any feet. He gets taken out. It's a twofer. Shazam with all 5 alive. Nice first haunt there from TC. Way to get in the action there, buddy. They're going to continue this push. They finish off the tier 1 mid. And that's about the dream first haunt for a Spectre. 2 kills in a tower. I think they'll take it. Yep. Yeah, see you later, Lion. I mean, he's not level 6. You're pointing out one weakness of the hero, Slacks. Both Wisp and Lion desperately need level 6. It completely changes the state of the game, and they're getting starved for XP here. Look at this. Lion trying to slowly walk his way to bottom lane, and uh-oh, there's already enemies here stealing his creeps. They're going to scare him back before he can even get an XP range, man. He is living the opposite of the dream. It's a nightmare. It's a night terror. The demon witch is getting a taste of his own medicine here. He doesn't even have the finger. You know, wouldn't it make more sense if he had a regular hand until he hit level 6 and then it turned into this crusty old gross thing that actually zaps people? I think it should. They need to change. It's like Aghanims, you know? It should make the hand even bigger and grosser. Yep. Yeah. There you go. Yep. That's above variance, Slacks.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Here we go. Bottom lane. It's a 4-hero push. Make that 3 plus a centaur. Thought that was the actual centaur for a moment there. Whoa! 40. That's a big difference. Yep, you suck, Lion. Oh, man. Oh, God. Free tier 1 tower here for Shazam in the bottom lane. Nice little 5-man action. Still, there's a lot of pressure on Benjaz right now, Slacks. Look at that net worth breakdown, and in the top 5, he is the only one on the Radiant to be up there. So it's 1 to 4. He's got the armlet though. He is farming pretty well. If not today, could take a team fight. Maybe Timbersaw could get a little recovery going on, and this Lifestealer could start to ball out of control. It's too early to give up hope, but this is a rocky start here. Yeah. Or the Midas, you mean? Yeah. Hopefully. At least he's ready. Now, Enchantress, she went for the Midas, and from the side of Shazam, I think this makes some sense. She'll benefit from the attack speed, but oh god, SVG, he's getting right-clicked hard by Benjaz. Just 3 right clicks from the Lifestealer, and he will feast upon the corpse of the fallen deer. My god, it's Bambi all over again. My heartstrings, Slacks. That was brutal. I love it! Uh-oh. Nope, he's level 5. Oh, he ate the Tome of Knowledge, but it wasn't enough. Now the cast starts bouncing. The feast again. Now on the Witch Doctor, his bones are clanking, and Benjaz says, "Thank you very much. I'll go 3-0." Pick up a couple of kills on the way. All the way up in the top lane, though. Shazam trying to do some split push. MSS and Brax up to no good. They will get repelled here by the Invoker as well as the Timbersaw. He still doesn't have a point in Whirling Death. I think he might just want to grab that value point, even if you don't level it up. That stat loss percentage is pretty big. I think that's probably a wise move there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Looks like the combative. Yep, going for the bongos. I like this here. You know, TC's already been involved in that first skirmish, so this fits the bill. They win another fight or two, he could have a couple of options here. Go right for the defusal, maybe go right for the Radiance. Kind of depends how the next 5-10 minutes unfold, but he's in good shape. He's ready to take a fight, if not today. Square up at any point. Now a Haste Rune grabbed here for MSS. Looks like he'll be going for the Orchid. So they might try to find a gank with this here, Slacks. SVG picks up another one of these Dark Trolls. The Ensnare that goes through the Magic community. A great creep to have against the Lifestealer. Also pretty good to have against that Timbersaw, too. Yeah, but his farm's paying off also. He's got a mech on the way, it looks like. It's a recipe off, so that's good stuff. Uh-oh, here we go. It's a Brax stat. 11th most Darkseer games all time, but he's tied in terms of all-time win rate with Universe. My golly, that's impressive. Universe is the notorious Darkseer player, but we're going to stop jerking our gherkins to pro players here. We're seeing a smoke rotation in the top lane. MSS and SVG going to be in some hot trouble. What a setup from the Lion. Oh, golly, catches the Enchantress. Gives her the finger. That'll finish her off. Now MSS locked down and brought down. It's a twofer. A great defense and a good rotation here. Well, strike the defense part. They actually lose the tower to the Enchantress, but they get 2 kills out of it. Not today, showing a sign of life here in this matchup, Slacks. This Lifestealer, he's really starting to do it. They're going to get a tower out of this also. Whew. 1,500 net worth trade or so. Not bad. That was a great rotation from the Lion, though. Coming around the backside like that was the way to do it. Ding, ding. Oh my gosh. He's got an Echo Saber. All right. I think the stats could definitely work on Lifestealer. It's an interesting pairing, but I don't know. I think the stats are definitely good here. I do want to pull up this replay, though, here, Slacks. Let's take a look. We're going to relive the madness here. Going to hop into our Soylent instant replay. Oh, golly. All right, so it started out with a retreat, but XD, the mysterious stand-in, positioned to catch the Enchantress straight away. MSS has to blink prematurely, and Lifestealer actually gets both kills. That's really the ideal scenario for Not Today. Lifestealer, whew. Think the Echo Saber's the item, Slacks, or should he gone for something bigger, like straight into the Basher or a Deso, perhaps? Yeah. You have to be careful, though. TC could still close the gap. He's still farming pretty well. 1,800 gold, well on his way to a potential Radiance. And if he gets that by, like, the 20-minute mark or so, if Shazam win another fight, oh, golly, that Lifestealer is going to be wishing that Echo Saber doing something else. Here we go. Shazam pressuring the Tier 2, Leo style. Our Queen of Pain veteran here in this game. Not going to be able to connect with his combo. But Timbersaw, he has the surprise inside. Is your baby a Gerber baby? Benjaz hops out, uses the rage, goes right in onto the Witch Doctor, but Surge keeps him alive. Meanwhile, the Spectre's able to finish off the Timbersaw with Haunt. To turn around the other way, and now Not Today are in some trouble. SVG thrown in the impetus, but the stun from Lion slows him down. It will just be a quick kill on the Timbersaw as things settle down. Shazam getting the only kill of the engagement. Yep, at least he's doing something. Oh, golly. And the ult connects on 2. Benjaz uses the rage to try to walk away, but he's already taken huge damage. MSS ready to continue pursuing open wounds. Not going to slow him down too much. It'll be the same story, different chapter. Just a quick pick for Shazam as they now move into the Tier 2 tower. Witch Doctor going to heal him up a little bit. King Tekka misses the chakram there, and he's actually going to go for a different build. Right into the Yule's Scepter, skipping a Bloodstone or any other tanky piece. He feels like he just needs a reset tool, a little bit of mana regen, and I guess it makes sense here. At least it's an easy build-up, given he's had a pretty hard game. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, but it shows that Shazam want to be aggressive. They've got them deep in enemy territory, getting intel on farming locations, and some of this is the nature of the Spectre. You know, at this point, they pretty much want to fight every time Haunts is up. Especially around gold breakpoints for TC, 3,100 gold after the success of that last fight. He is well on his way to that Radiance. And I think that puts some pressure back on Not Today to make some plays happen. You know, they need to make use of this relocate now that Wisp is level 6. Easier said than done, but that's going to be one of their key tools to try to bring this one back. XD relocate onto Brax down bottom. Are they going to be able to do it, though? The proctologist is in. He puts on the glove and drops the finger. Good night, Darkseer. It goes to Benjaz again. The taxi service awards him the kill. He buys the Blink Dagger, and they just go right back to farming in the top lane. That's the kind of relocate gank they need to keep happening. But here we go. Now back the other way. Haunt from TC goes right in onto XD. And that'll be a kill on the Lion, basically trading 1-for-1 in back-to-back engagements, but I think Not Today will take that. Killing the Darkseer, losing their Lion, both carries getting the kill. That does put Spectre one step closer to his Radiance, though. Relic now purchased. On like Teflon. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, and I think Not Today have itemized pretty well to take an edge here in the mid game. When you go for Armlet, Echo Saber, Blink Dagger, relatively small ticket items compared to what Lifestealer is going to transition into later on. So this is a sign that, one, they're going to keep this high octane slacks, and two, they need to find kills. For Lifestealer to get value out of these items, they have to fight. Echo Saber is not an item you buy so that you can passively farm in the jungle. Benjaz is a man. He wants to bang on his chest to go in there Tarzan style and make it rain all over Shazam. Jericho's going to have that relocate up in couple seconds here. Look at this Lifestealer, man. He sees the Enchantress and goes straight in. Might grab himself a free Dark Troll Summoner. That's not too shabby, but Bambi does get away. Not Today now, grouping up for a push on the tier 1 down bottom. Starting to reclaim a little map control here. Still a lot of tier 1s up for the taking. Oh. Daddy's been turned to rubble. Lifestealer gets the last hit as well. Hey, Timbersaul's got an item. That's a Yule Scepter. That's pretty good.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It could be a lot worse, that's for sure. He's actually about even with the Enchantress right now and not that far behind the Darkseer. So it's not too bad. The jungling Enchantress, though, is really what's giving Shazam the edge. Even though it feels like they're really in control of this game, look at the gold graph. It's only a 2,500 net worth difference. It's actually been as bad as 5K, and Not Today have sort of farmed their way back into this. We'll see a scan come out. Oh, one of the new features. It sees somebody. They can't confirm it's MSS, but oh golly, there it is. Radiance on Spectre, Orchid on Queen of Pain, a Haste Rune to boot. I think they're coming for Jericho. This Wisp is possibly in a little bit of trouble here. Oh, the Centaur finds him, and he's able to tether back to safety. Okay.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, this is it, absolutely. TC in the perfect position. He's split pushing the bottom lane. He knows Not Today have their focus in the top, and he's ready to haunt in as soon as a fight breaks out or to initiate if need be. They do need to be cautious of this Lifestealer, though. Blink Dagger on him, scary item. Gives him a huge reach, and he can jump on the Quap after she blinks. That can be almost a guaranteed kill because she is elusive, but rather squishy. BKB on the way, but still a little ways off. Leo style mid lane, jumps on MSS, but cold snap. She just blinks away. No problemo.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You get a ward down, though. I'll see if Shazam rotate back to farming. They force out the tier 1 glyph. The tower soon to fall. We're going to take a look at Radiant Vision here. They don't have a hell of a lot. Lion just walks right in onto Brax. Jazz blinks forward to follow up as well. The Lion gets killed before he can finger. It's a dream start here for Shazam. Haunt from the Spectre gets a kill on the Wisp, but both supports down for Not Today. Now they're on the run. Tornado comes out to break things up, but Timbersaw falls. Benjaz left with nothing. Sonic Wave connects. 4-0 TC with an unstoppable streak. Quap shuts down the Lifestealer. That's his first death, and she gets a pretty penny. 526 for that kill. Oh boy, Slacks. It is a bloody disaster for Not Today. 16-13. Shazam full back into the lead.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Shazam, not going to be able to push too much as it's still pretty early on. Not today have short timers, but they are going to clear out the jungle and still establish their dominance here on the Radiant side of the map.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, but look at the positioning. Witch Doctor, the hero, chasing and throw away his life, but it's so worth it in terms of breaking a smoke. Very smart play from Not Today. You would not expect a smoke after losing a team fight like that. With Haunt down, with Sonic Wave down, they were looking for the opening to take a big engagement, and that actually could have been huge. Witch Doctor makes it happen, relocate, they find TC, here we go, Lion blinks down, he's got the surprise inside, the finger comes out, they destroy the Spectre, and just like that, Lifestealer gets a shutdown streak of his own. Brax on the high ground bumps right into XD, MSS comes over, they destroy the Lion, but Invoker's around the backside, they could take this fight yet, MSS initiated on, destroyed, oh my god, he blinks out. Ooh. Closer than that. Instead, they find Brax, though. Even though the smoke gets broken, Not Today, still recover here. They've managed to bring down MSS on the backside. They get the 3 cores they came for. Slacks, this is not so bad. Yep. That definitely helps level things out a bit. And let's go ahead here. Let's take a look. Let's relive that team fight, as you mentioned, where it all went wrong. Oops, here we go. Thank you, Soylent, for replay technology. The Lion just walks straight in. He goes, well, that's Brax. I guess we'll start out there. And he does not expect the rest of the team to be sitting right behind him. Lion gets obliterated straight up. Wisp can't really do much either. They just don't utilize the relocate. And then after that, it's just watching a bunch of chickens try to run from the slaughterhouse. The retreat does not work out. Invoker's the only one that's fast enough to walk away. But shortly after, we saw the turn come from Not Today, even though the Witch Doctor broke the smoke. Now they're going to find another gank. It's the Enchantress in the enemy jungle. That's the kind of relocates we're talking about here, Slacks. They're using this Wisp pretty damn well. He's going to have a Glimmer Cave now. He's got the gold for it. These ganks are really starting to pay off. Yeah. Invoker has gone Quas Wex here, so he's going for more of a control build. He ended up going into Midas, and he's going for small ticket items. Phase, Drum, now into Yules. Interesting that he went for Yules with this build. Usually that's more of like the Meatball Deafening Blast setup build that you go for, and when you go for the Quas Wex, it's usually more kind of Orchid utility style. Kind of going for a little bit of both, now starting to transition into Exort, maybe thinking that his team needs some more damage, and if they're actually going to win this one, they're going to need him to really come online and be a big damage dealer in these fights. Done. Yep. Your boy. Look at this gold graph. It's actually zeroed out. I mean, this game is as even as it's been since it started, so... Whew. I do. I agree with you. I think Not Today need to make a play now. These pickoffs have been good. They're giving Spectre some space. Maybe they're waiting for another key item here. They picked up Desolator on Lifestealer. So this is another power curve spike where he really needs to shine. Spectre with only 13 armor, that -7 is really going to hurt, especially with your Echo Saber armlet. Like, this is when your Lifestealer needs to strike. And they're giving them a pretty big window here. Now a smoke from Shazam.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah. But Timbersaw has a Mystic Staff. Probably a Shiva's Guard on the way for him, but that's a hero that, if he ends up getting some farm, can come online. And if they sleep on him one of these fights, if they focus on the Lifestealer, the Timbersaw could come in and do some pretty huge damage. Don't underestimate that Whirling Death pure damage next to trees with the 50% stat loss. It hurts, buddy. It hurts. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Relocate. Countered by the Haunt. Now they're completely isolated. Lion not going to be able to drop the finger. Again, both supports die. Benjaz hops out, but it's literally 1-on-5. A disastrous engagement from Not Today, and boy, are they punished. Triple kill for TC. Invoker gets the tier 2 tower up top, but ultimately, who gives a shit? They're going to walk right into the Roche pit, and my God. This even game just went way back in favor of Team Shazam. That was shit on a stick, dude. That was terrible. I mean, this is what they thought. They thought that they could catch Darkseer, hit him with the Hex, Finger, and Fest Bomb, and just take Brax out of the fight before anything happens. But what they forgot about is that Haunt is a good spell, and that Shazam were all grouped up as 5. The weirdest part about it is Timbersaw was nowhere to be found. He was split pushing down bottom. He doesn't have BOTs. And you got Invoker up top, same problem, no BOTs. Best case scenario, you kill the Darkseer and then they destroy all 3 of you. Worst case, you all just die. Both scenarios are pretty terrible, if you ask me. Yeah. But hey, this is a space creator. That tower up top that went down did allow the Timbersaw to grab his Shivas. Definitely a big item here. Great against Queen of Pain, as well as the Enchantress. Right clicks are a big part of their damage. Not bad to have against Spectre either. And now, hey, Invoker's got his Aghanims. So that's, more Invokes means more damage. Tier tower in the mid now falls. Another one for Invoker. Back-to-back tower kills for Leo style. All right. Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true. Gem of True Sight on the Quap. And, hey, Timbersaw's going to go for an Aghanims. And, oh, good golly, it's a Basher on the Lifestealer. He's also... Oh, we didn't talk about this, but Alacrity on the Lifestealer plus Skull Basher. I don't know, do you? Sounds scary. Yeah, not sure what the play is for Shazam. 4 heroes in the mid. They'll get the tier 2. Not today, just doing a little bit of chip damage at the tier 3. They're going to be the ones that have to get back here. The nature of Spectre makes it really hard to split push because you can always haunt and get a positioning advantage on you. Each team with 1 tier 2 still standing. A couple tier 3s ripe for the taking. Still an Aegis on the Spectre. They've got about 2.5 minutes before it expires, so no need to rush things here. Yeah. Oh, is Enchantress going for the old Hurricane Pike there, the Tornado Stick, the Monsoon Mountain? It's pretty good. I do like it on Enchantress quite a bit. Although of course she will need the Aghanims still. Yep. I think Shazam can force the issue here. I mean, Wisp has Glimmer Cape, but their team fight is just so much better. If they even catch a decent Vac Wall into Sonic Wave, the damage should be there, especially with this Witch Doctor Death Ward to follow up. But still, again, you brought this up earlier. Look at the ward difference. Right now, Radiant just have a couple of wards, one about that top lane. They've already taken out those towers. Dire have this jungle warded up. They'll know as soon as Not Today leave the base. They keep clearing out the jungle. There's nowhere for Not Today to farm. So Shazam are pretty happy using this Aegis to just starve out the enemies, even if they can't really take a team fight and deliver that killing blow, so to speak. Punch it, yeah, just hit it like you mean it, as they say. That's interesting, actually. Well, it gives a lot of vision in the top lane here. As he walks away, we'll see exactly what kind of vision it gives you here. Pretty good against the relocates, I guess. I guess it's more likely that if Not Today split push something, it'll be the top lane rather than the mid lane. So, you know, maybe if they're on the retreat, you can catch the Timber Saw, or if they blink into the trees to run, you can grab them. I don't know. It's peculiar, man. Think so? Okay. We'll see. Just seeing it? Oh. It's about to counter ward itself. Like you have to roll the dice. It's the most costly cosmetic in the game. Now it doesn't cost more money. It costs potential dewarding. Every time it takes a bite, 1% chance to just eat itself. Jesus. So glad you're not in charge of balance. That would be a new way to monetize the game, though. You know, you start forcing your enemies to use the shit wards. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's out of there. This, say goodbye to the Aegis. But don't worry, Spectre's replaced it with an Eye of Scotty. So it's come to good use here. Now the Lifestealer going for the full-blown assault. Why did I say assault? Abyssal Blade. He's got the Vanguard. Big lockdown. So starting to transition into these big-ticket items. About 24 HP up on him now. Yep. He's got a good mix of survivability, damage, attack speed. This is pretty ridiculous. I see why Shazam are being timid here. Benjaz is ready to drop the hammers. He's ready to be that stupid flying bastard that throws hammers at Mario that kills you when you're a noob. You know what I'm talking about? Hammer bros, yeah. Look how long his fingernails are. That's actually kind of atrocious. Yeah. I wonder what he looks like in the Perfect World client. There's no way they're showing guts like that. I mean, look at his skull. He's got gashes just like cutting into his brain. Oh, that's his Achilles. Oh, golly. No wonder he hops around like that. His wings have been clipped. Great model, guys. All right. Somebody do something here. Not Today, holding on. I mean, both teams are in stalemate mode. Not Today is feeling like, good. They're giving us some space. We're going to recover, get this Lifestealer up to critical mass. And Shazam's thinking, well, we got a Radiant Spectre farming. We've got a Hand of Midas Enchantress. We should be able to win the late game, so fuck it. Let's just sit back and farm. No reason to take undue risk. It is a best of one after all. I don't want to be knocked down to that lower bracket. They'll get the Hurricane Pike up on Enchantress. Shits the value HP with the point booster, and oh golly, here we go. Hot diggity dog. That's a third of Lifestealer's HP. I really feel like Enchantress is a lot weaker on this patch. I don't think she's first pick material anymore. She's not a bad hero, but she's not that broken, ridiculous, just like, yeah, I'm going to hit level 6 and just kill everybody because I'm Enchantress. Why not? You think so? Let's see. Prove me wrong, SVG. Here we go. Haunt in. Benjaz silence. They kill the Wisp, and the Lifestealer does kind of nothing. Another reality forward from TC. Dude, that was actually ridiculous. The Lifestealer didn't do anything. He flopped over, and he doesn't have buyback either, so he's dead for... Oh, now he's got it. Okay. Just barely, dude. That is super close. He just got enough gold. He might have to use it here. Shazam, we're going to go right for the high ground. There is a glyph available for Not Today. Wisp down for another 15 seconds. Uh-oh, vacuum in. MSS jumps forward. Dagger out onto Lion. They've got the gem, the Glimmer Cape. Not going to do a hell of a lot. Now Lion falls. No buyback on him. He still has his finger available, though. He'll be up in 40. King Tekka taking a lot of damage. Now Impetus. SVG with the big damage. Bambi getting some vengeance. No buyback here. I don't know what he's saving it for. This is looking like the beginning of the end for Not Today. Glyph will be used. Oh, EMP does nothing. Nice Delta split there from Shazam. Mid lane of Barracks fall. Do they back out or do they go bottom? That's the question. Looks like they are just going to back up. They're playing it safe, Slacks. Good, methodical, controlled sieging. Oh, golly. Now, I don't want to say it's totally over for Not Today, but 7,500 net worth. There's, you know, I still think Benjaz, if he gets the Dream Initiation, if they get the level 2 Finger of Death with the Abyssal Blade, with the Ding Ding Echo Saber, and Fest Bomb, they might be able to kill one, and that's a start. So let's you know, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Listen, this is Canada Cup, this is Mott's domain, and if Mott was here, he would be looking for positive things to say about Not Today, goddammit. He would be looking at the positives and saying, this Timbersaw can still do it, he could still get Bloodstone and make this game happen. Alright. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Haunt. Lion taking some big damage. Don't have the detection. He drops a stun. XD gets pulled right back up to the high ground. Hello, Mr. Lion. Down he goes. Go. Sick plays from the Enchantress. The Wife Stealer gets kited around non-stop. Tornado coming out from Leo style to push him back. Shazam in hot pursuit. SVG rather, on the front lines. TC, he won Speedy Devil. Benjaz turns to fight. SVG walks into the Sunstrike, but it's not enough damage. Benjaz getting kited all day long. Now Queen of Pain on the back line destroys the Wisp, but it does cost her life. Speaking of losing his life, it's Life Stealer. He's dead. King Tekka misses the Timber Chain away. The Timber Saw in a lot of trouble this time. He does get the Timber Chain, but the Impetus chases him down. Oh no. It's not a good fight for Not Today. They crumble in the front lines. Buybacks start coming out. Timber Saw's deployed his. Life Stealer has one at the ready. But again, Shazam just back up, happy with their spoils. TC one step away from a butterfly. I don't think they have a knife to cut through that butter, Slacks. Can't eat a steak with a spork. Yeah. They're fighters. Dude, I'm telling you, we talked about the plan before. You jump in, you drop the Finger Infest Bomb Abyssal Cannon on one person. They still haven't really done that in these last few fights. It's this kind of chaotic Life Stealer does what he can, but they're not getting that perfect initiation. I mean, to credit Shazam, they're not giving it to him. You know, they're not grouping up. They're not allowing this Timbersaw to get in there and drop the hammer. Uh-oh, speaking of hammers, King Tekka, he goes in hard. TC says, let's jump on him. Jericho tries to save his friend, gets orchided, brought down right away. It was all in vain. The Timbersaw still falls. MSS with the BKB on, still looking to pursue. Leo style will hightail it out of there with the Ghost Walk. XD TP's out in the face of MSS. It's a 2 for none. No buybacks available. It's a dieback, in fact, for the Timber Saw. And that'll open up for a nice, easy, uncontested Roche. Oh, it's like watching a T-Rex eat a raptor, you know? And not Blue, one of those retarded raptors that got eaten right away. Well, yeah. Well, spoiler alert, half the raptors are retarded and don't realize that the T-Rex can just eat them in one. Nom, 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 nom. Spectre with a second life. Oogly googly. How dare you mock me, you son of a... That was, you know, that was my creative twist on you always make the spooky sounds when Spectre gets picked. Oogly googly. I feel like that's like the storybook version of Spectre, like the chibi Spectre. Oogly googly. Well, that's because you're cold and dead inside. Instead of a heart, you just have a cold fucking diamond. The hardest thing I can think of. The hardest rock, in fact. Huh, Slacks? Hashtag rock facts. Oh. Slam dunk it. Okay. Queen of Pain, BKB, Lincoln Sphere. This, I not today lost. I don't think there's any redeeming. It's don't say it, no. Oh, come on. Oh boy. Is she really? Let's see. Where's let's look at the oogly googly here. Good googly moogly. Dude, she's laying on her face. Look at this. What are those little... What are those things coming off of her, like, her mantle? Are those just little bones? Little, like, they look like little beard tassels or something. The little things coming out of her face. What are those little... Oh, God! Alright. TC stunned up. The EMP connects. The Force Staff a little too slow, but now Vanguard out on the Spectre. She's one tanky ghost. Here we go. Refresher picked up by... Oh, Jesus! The Darkseer sets it up for MSS. It's Massacre in the Radiant base. Not today, getting picked apart. It is not their day to shine. King Tekka back to the well. Chakram doing some decent damage here, but it's just not enough. Sunstrike completely off the mark. We could feel the whiff all the way from New Jersey. Ben Jazz still alive, though. 2,300 gold. His buyback is available with a surplus. They only killed the 2 supports, but no objective. This is actually not bad here, Slack. Shazam are repelled for now, and Ben Jazz can still do it. He's going in. He's going back in. He's too brave, too bold indeed. He's taking big damage. Now the Infest Bomb inside of Leo Style. Again, mitigates some damage. Maybe they can reset this. Leo Style still holding on to the Refresher. No, he's already used it, in fact. He gets initiated on TC getting low, but, oh, the Life Stealer's dead. He uses the buyback. Invoker falls as well. No buyback on him, but don't worry. The supports have respawned. Too little, too late. GG's called. Oh, it's over. I tried to make it sound like that was going to be an even fight, but it wasn't even close. That was it. I mean, that was a massacre, dude. Shazam just... They ran rosies around him. Ring around the rosies.